Hi everybody, it's Danielle with Inspire Me to DIY, and I'm going live today because I'm going to be gone for the weekend. In fact, I'm going to be gone until Tuesday, I think it is. We're going to go to Savannah for a while and just kick back and relax and see all the sights. We love Savannah. We have been there. This will be our fourth time, I think. So we're going to go and just really relax and enjoy ourselves. My husband really needs it. He's been working pretty hard, so I'm kind of excited. But I wanted to pop on and show you this really great craft. I have shoes on. Oh, can't make anything with shoes on. Okay, shoes are off. And what I bought is I have 3 of these little arrows that I got from the Dollar Tree. See if you can see that okay. They have 2 different kinds. They have this kind, and then they have the long skinny ones that have like a fork or something at the bottom of them. And you could use those, and those would be just as cute, but I really wanted to use these. I have 3 of them, and what we're going to do is put red, white, and boom at the bottom. And I'm just going to glue them together, and we can hang them inside or out, but I'm going to hang mine outside on my lanai. But I'm going to do the words first. And what I did is I just copied words. See if you can see it better this way. No, you can't see it. It says white, but it's backwards on camera. So I printed these off on my printer. If you don't have a printer and have maybe stencils or the little wooden letters, that would look really great too. But I'm going to use what I have here, my red, white, boom. Oh, it looks like mood. Mood. So if you're not familiar with my poor man's poor man's, oh, my brain. Carbon paper. She was so simple. Poor man's carbon paper. I'm going to show you how you do it. You're going to take your word, and I'm just going to kind of draw around the word because I don't want to do the whole paper, but you're going to use your pencil and then just scribble really darkly, I made up a word, really darkly all over the back. Now, if you have carbon paper, by all means, go ahead and use it, but this is what I like to do. So I've got it all scribbled across the back of my word. I'm going to center my word, and I kind of want it centered side to side, but top and bottom also. Move it over here, and then just trace around your word. I wrote my letters in, the font that I used was Comic Sans because it's easy to use. It's just big, all one thickness. All right. I should have put my readers on, but I did not. Well, let's hope this works because I haven't pulled it up to see. I bought a white Sharpie marker. I thought we could put the letters over the top of the paint that we used. I don't know. It didn't work. So I'm not quite sure. It's one of those with the ball bearing in there. So you shake it and mix up the paint, but it was still really watery. So I'm not quite sure if maybe I didn't shake it enough or that's just how it's supposed to be. But it was not going to work for this project. I am so psyched to see you guys just past noon on a Friday. Yay! All right. Yes. Whew. It's really faint. I don't know if you can see that. Let me darken it up a little bit. Use the same lines that I used. And the reason I'm putting this on before I paint, because it's easier to see on the raw wood than it is if you've already painted. All right. And I probably should have done some of this ahead of time like I normally do, but I it didn't. And I made a little mistake. Let's see. Oh, wow, I erased this right off. Thank you. Oh, goodness. All right, and I'm keeping my letters right here so I can kind of look to make sure I'm doing it correctly. We are leaving, oh geez, in about an hour, no, in about an hour and a half. So I have to move it along with this to get to the airport. And normally, there it is. Oh, can you still see it? I can't tell if you can see it or not with this ring light. But normally we take an Uber to the airport and just leave our car here. But my husband was looking at the cost of an Uber compared to the cost of leaving your car there for a few days. It was way cheaper for us to drive. It didn't used to be, and we used to take an Uber all the time. So evidently they've raised their prices considerably, but that's okay because now we can take our car and we don't have to wait for an Uber once we get to, or to get from here to the airport, or once we get back home. So that's kind of nice also. And then if we want to stop along the way, we can. You can't really do that with an Uber. Okay. I need new glasses, and in fact, I ordered some through Pair Eyewear, P-A-I-R, eyewear.com. They came in today. I love them, but they're a new prescription, and you know what it's like when you get a new prescription. It's like, whew, for a while, until your eyes get used to it. But they're gorgeous. If you're not familiar with Pair Eyewear, you can you buy the glasses, and they have little magnets on each corner, and then you can pop on different tops for them. I got 2 sunglasses and 2 different toppers for them, pinks and blues, because I got pink glitter, and then I got a blue pattern from Van Gogh. It almost looks like the water lilies, but it's not. It is, he did an apple blossom vine painting, and that's the eyeglasses I got. But they come in all different shapes. You virtually try them on, and then they measure your face on camera. It's crazy. But for 4 pairs of glasses, basically 4 pairs of glasses, it was right around $300, and that was with progressive lenses and the blue blockers, which I definitely need. So way cheaper than going and buying them and then waiting for them to be ordered. It took about the same amount of time. It took about a week. But I am pretty excited to start wearing them. I don't normally wear glasses because for distance, I only needed them for distance, but now I don't need them for distance. I only need them for close up. Okay, I'm going to make these a little bit darker just so it's easier to see. And we're going to paint around these words. And you can add bows, you can add buttons, you can add anything you want to these. So it's kind of cool how you can take this and just make it your own design. And don't get real technical with your pencil drawings, because you're going to paint right over them. So if you make a little mistake, not a biggie. And I think I might put an exclamation point after my boom. We are going for 4th of July. We are going to our neighbors. They're down the street and around the corner, but we're going to their house for the 4th of July fireworks, which is going to be awesome because we can walk. I love it. Boom, or the way it looks to you guys, mood. Mood! That's so funny. All right, and I'm just gonna freehand an exclamation point. All right, one more. Let me color on the back. I'm gonna use this pencil since I have the carbon, the tip almost wore down. I can't really use it to draw around. I learned this trick back in grade school because carbon paper was not really a big thing, and it's not something you just went and bought. Oops. So I have done art projects, I think ever since I was old enough to hold on to a pencil. I have been doing all kinds of art drawings. I love to draw, I love to doodle. And when I'm in meetings, if I'm not presenting and I don't have to really take notes, or even if I do have to take notes, I'll sit and doodle the whole time and take notes in the middle of my doodles, and it helps me to listen. I know it probably sounds kind of silly, but I have to do that in order to listen. I'm sure it drives most presenters crazy because I never look up at them. I'm always looking at my paper. Probably looks like I'm ignoring them. I'm not. Okay. Almost done. White is the longest word. You could go crazy with your fonts. You could do all sorts of really pretty fancy fonts, but I use Comic Sans only because it is super easy to just trace around. And it's not a bad looking font. I think it gets used entirely too much, but that's me. Okay. Yep, looks good to me. Let's trace around it. Once I am done with all the tracing stuff, painting shouldn't be that difficult with my eyesight. But I'm just about to get up and go get my glasses. If I hold it back far enough, right? I used to laugh at my mom for doing that. Now I'm doing it. It just must be a natural progression of how our eyes age. That's what I'm thinking. Because otherwise, why would everybody be in the same boat? Okay. I don't know about you, but sitting, I don't sit well, but sitting and painting or drawing or creating something, I can sit for hours. Anything else, I gotta get up, I gotta move. But I think it's because my brain is so focused on this that the rest of my body's like, okay, we can sit for a minute. One of my favorite things to do is watercolor paint while it's raining outside. Just that nice, everything's just so peaceful. All right, here's my red, white, boom. So obviously I'm gonna paint them the colors that they say. The boom is gonna be blue, but my red and my white, I was gonna do my letters in white. So if I paint this in white, what color am I gonna do my letters? We'll figure it out. Maybe red. I don't know. Let's do my red first. I didn't bring a paper plate out here, which normally I would. So in that case, this is my flag red. I'm just going to pour a little in the cap. I got so excited about doing the project, I forgot to get everything all set up. All right, I'm going to do a flat brush. Probably, this is my flat number 9. But I'm going to do that. Before I do that, though, I'm going to go around the edges of my letters with my tiny brush. And this is a flat 1, so it's little. I love doing crafts with my music going, no shoes, and just enjoying it. Sometimes I don't even play music. I don't like the television on while I'm doing something because I don't want it to distract me. All right. And thank heavens, it looks like one coat's gonna work with this. And if you mess up around the letters, you can always go over it with whatever color you're doing the word. Like if I'm going to do this in white, I can still go over the letter in white if I got a little red on it. But oh my goodness, this is really starting to pop. I love it. And if you want, you could draw, I'm just thinking of all the things I would like to do for this. You can draw fireworks in the background. You could cover these arrows. And the reason I used arrows, because they look like fireworks. I should have said that in the beginning. But I think that's kind of cool like that. I forgot what I was about to say. I got all distractified. I have one hair on my paintbrush that's going wonky, and that's what, it's getting red paint where I don't want it. Better. The more you use your brushes, the more worn they get. It's important to clean them properly and store them properly, because otherwise they get all, the bristles get all fuzzed out or pushed out like that, and then they don't work well. Let's see, come on. Doesn't have to be perfect. These would also be cute if you took the hangers off of them and put them on sticks and put them in a vase or something, along with the medallions that I made not too long ago. I think that would look really awesome too. In fact, I wish I would have thought of that, because I would have done that instead. Because I have a bunch of the bamboo skewers like you do shish kebabs, and that would be a great stick to use on here. Okay. So my husband got a new grill it's his Father's Day present, but he wanted to pick it out, so he got it already, and he was putting it together today. But out in the front yard, we have the old grill with a free sign on it, because nothing says redneck like a grill in the front yard with a free sign. But I know we live on a very busy street for our subdivision. It's the one that goes all the way straight through, so it's the most traveled on. And we figured, I'm sure somebody's going to see it and want it. Even if they just take it apart, the burners are bad on it. And my husband has replaced those burners so many times. So it was time for him to get a new grill. But if somebody wants to replace them again, perfect. Let me reach over here and get my paper towels. Okay. Red or don't know what that would be backwards. All right, I'm going to clean this brush out because I'm going to use it for my next color around the letters. All right, so let's use the bigger brush, and I'm going to see my cap here of paint because I forgot my paper plate. And just kind of fill that in. I might not be able to get the letters painted on here because you kind of want your outside color to dry well. Better clean that up because I know that red paint will travel and I'll have it all over me, all over my project, all over my Inspire Me to DIY shirt. I love this shirt. I don't know if I'm going to do the edges. Kind of like it not, but if I screw up and get paint on the edge, then I'm going to have to do them all. So we'll see. So far, so good. This balsa wood is really sucking that paint up fast, too. How do I paint around that hanger? And you could probably take this hanger off. It's just knotted in the back. I would take it off if I was putting them on sticks. But since I'm hanging them, I'm going to glue them on the back of, like this. This one will go for the hanging part, but the next one will glue to the back of that one and so forth. But you can tell they're just knotted in the back, so just undo the knot and pull it out. And I probably should have done that so I don't get paint around them. All right. So far, so good. We were going to, originally we thought about driving to Savannah because it's about 6 hours from where we are, but we kind of wanted to spend as much time there as we could, so we're gonna fly. There's my red. I love that. Let's put that, I should have brought my fan out here so it could have dried, or I could have had it going to dry it. Let's get the red off of that. Okay, and red stains a lot, so you might still have a little on your brush even though it's very clean. All right, so we're going to go back to this. I am going to just set that red aside because I think on my white, I might do the words in red. Don't know. And my red that I used is called Flag Red from Apple Barrel. And the white is just Snow White. It's all matte colors. I don't even know. I know the white comes in gloss, but I don't know if any of the other colors even come in a gloss. Matte seems to be the norm, but I like it. Get it. Those E's are not easy to get in the center. See, I have a B and 2 O's and boom, so those are the only other ones I have to get in the center. All right. And I don't think you have to worry too much about your brush marks or, you know, which way your brush strokes are going. Because I think if it was gloss, you probably would have to, but I think it'll all even out when it's all finished and you won't notice it. But gloss paint is very tricky to work with. If you have been looking at my post, you see that I'm building this fireplace, and it's amazing fireplace. When I first started talking about this fireplace, people looked at me like I had two heads. They're like, why, how can you build a fireplace and it's got to have a chimney and you got to have something to vent the fumes out and all that? And I'm like, no, no, no. It's an electric insert. The electric inserts now, they have come such a long way. I mean, it looks like an actual flame, and it looks really cool. And the best thing about electric is you don't have to have heat coming out. Now you can, it's got like a little heater in it, but you don't have to have the heat coming out, because in Florida, nobody wants that. Nobody. So the electric insert was the biggest expense. That was even more money than the marble tile that we're putting on the front. But I bet you more than anything that this is going to become a thing. Because usually when I come up with an idea, in about 2 years, it becomes a big thing and everybody wants to do it. And I'm thinking, well, I did that 2 years ago. And I'm thinking all these opportunities I had that I could have been rich or close to. It started when I was a little kid. We always had a white picket fence around the property. And of course, a wooden fence has to be painted, especially if it's white, it has to be painted a lot. Because when you live up north in the winter, it doesn't last long. So I'm thinking out loud, I said to somebody, and I don't even remember who I was with, but I'm like, I wish that they would make white picket fences out of aluminum siding. Okay, I was a little off on the aluminum siding, but now they make it out of PVC. You never have to paint it again. I was kind of before my time there. Somebody took that idea and really did something with it, which I was too young anyways, but wouldn't that have been great? The next thing was I wanted to paint my kitchen cabinets when I lived up north. They were white, painted white, but I wanted to paint them black because I had a red countertop that we did not have the money to replace. And it was, this countertop was made out of floor linoleum, stuff you use on the floor. That old linoleum that had like, it looked like, it was red and it looked like it had black, white, and gray paint splatters all over it. You would know if you saw it, it would like jog your memory, I'm sure. But it was red, and the whole countertop was this color. So I didn't like the white cabinets as much with that, and I thought black would be so pretty. So I'd go to Lowe's, because that's all we had. I mean, we had the corner hardware, but they didn't have specialty paints and all that. And I told the guy at the paint counter I wanted paint to paint my kitchen cabinets. And he goes, why? Nobody paints kitchen cabinets. And I said, in about 2 years they will. And I wish that I could have remembered who he was and if he was even still working at Lowe's. But about 2 years after that, it became a thing. And everybody was changing their cabinet paint. And I'm thinking, once again, I could have made money. So I'm pretty sure that electric fireplaces just might become a thing. Okay, so I've got my painted around my word white, and I'm just going to do the rest of the arrow in white. White is a little harder to work with. It looks like it might actually need another coat. I'm not going to do that on this live because of time, but I think if you do this, you might want to do 2 coats on it. Oops, now I got a little white on there. All right. I like using these flat brushes because you get a nice even coat without having to use a bunch of brush strokes. And I'm going in different directions just so I don't get paint on the edge, because I don't want to paint this whole thing. All right. You can see how fast this is going though. I mean, I don't remember what time I started. I think it was like 12:30-ish, maybe a little after. So about a half hour right now. Let's paint this edge. Ooh. Oh, I think that's one of my hairs. It's curly. Oh, yep, it is. Good thing it wasn't painted still on my head. All right, getting around that little jute rope. Close. There. And I think I would do another coat of white on that only because you can still see the wood grain through there. Although the red looks like it might be able to use another coat too, but that's okay. Maybe I'll just have it looking all distressed. All right, get the white off my brush. And then boom, we're going to do in blue. Okay. And I got 3 blues out here because I just wasn't sure. 2 blue by Apple Barrel, navy blue by Folk Art, and then cobalt blue, but that is a gloss. So I'm not sure if I do want to use a gloss or not. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, let's see what this one looks like. Ooh. Okay, this one's brighter, this one's darker. I kind of like the navy blue. It's real dark. So let's go with that. I really don't want to use the gloss, so that one is out. And that was the cobalt hue. But the 2 blue is okay, but it sounds like it's a little watery, and I don't want watery. Although this one's pretty thick. Oh my goodness. This one's very thick. Come on. I might have to water that down. There's just a little water on that. When your paint's too thick, you can always water a little down, but you can't take runny paint and make it thicker. It's just doesn't work too well. Let's see if this is the color I want. Ooh, yeah. That looks really good. Almost looks black. See, I like it. It kind of looks black, but it's a navy blue. That's pretty. Use a little bit more water on that. It's kind of hard to talk and do this at the same time. It's funny. I thought my hair was all frizzed out. It's that thing behind me Man, I do need glasses. So the fireplace, we're taking a little leave of absence on it because there's some things I need to do. I've got to get the drywall done on it. And it's just finding the time. Right now we've been doing it every evening once my husband's done working, because we don't want to make a lot of noise while he's working. Whew. Try to do that and talk at the same time. It's not easy. Although I've never found it difficult to talk in all situations. I was the one, you know, that talks too much in class on a report card every semester. So cute. We don't want to water it down too much because then it bleeds. Not good. Good thing to know, huh? Working with wood, I should know. It's bleeding a little bit into the O. I think it'll be okay. Depends on how thick my white is. Maybe I can get my white to go over it. Okay. Okay, well, this O is very wonky. It kind of looks like it already went boom. Boom. So if you've read anything with my blog or anything, I love to run. I try to run most mornings before it gets too hot, but I am looking really forward to running in Savannah because our hotel is right in the historic district, which is just beautiful. And I'm hoping to do a morning run through the city. So it's like, oh, I'm pretty excited about it. We'll see, because you wouldn't think, but Savannah is way hotter than it is here in Florida just because of humidity. It's just crazy. So I'm not quite sure what it's like there right now. It's hot here in Florida, but not bad. It's not the gooey, sticky hot that you get in the summertime. It's coming, but it's not here yet. Boy, the darker the color, the harder it is to get this right. I'm a perfectionist and I want it perfect, and this by no means is perfect. I can tell you that right now. I gave up on that a few minutes ago when my paint started bleeding into the O. I'm like, okay, perfect is out the window. Okay, almost. Got my exclamation point done. Hopefully this blue paint will dry in time for me to paint the word. Is this gloss? I'm hoping not. No, it says matte. It must dry matte because it's real shiny right now. All right, put that in there. Ooh, my water just turned purple. It was red, and then the white made it a pinkish, and then the blue, it just turned it purple. Very cool. All right. Let's get the rest of this blue. Once I put this brush in the water, it'll be a dark purple. Right now, it's just a lavender. I don't have my coffee out here right now because let me tell you why. Every time when I paint and I'm drinking coffee, I stick my brush in my coffee thinking it's the water. Every time. It's like, so I'm not even going to set myself up for failure today. I'm just going to let it go. You know, even though this was the hardest one to work with, this blue I think is my favorite. Just making sure I don't splash it on me. That would make me very sad. If you go off the edge like this instead of down the edge, you're less likely to get paint on the side because I'm trying to not have to paint the side. Yeah. See, no paint on the side. Get it in there just so. I'm hoping to find, I like to find Christmas ornaments from wherever we go, and I'm hoping to find a nice one from Savannah. And Tybee Island is right there also, and we might make a little jog over there. Would be so nice to have Christmas ornaments from both places. I'm always thinking of Christmas, always, all times of the year. All right, almost. There. Mood. Not bad. You can see where the blue has bled into that first O on this side over here, but nothing fantastical. Ooh, dark purple. Okay, so now I've left all my colors undone here, the top's off. So I still don't know what color to paint the word white, but this red is going to be in the color white. Hopefully my boom dries before then. I'm getting the paint off of me just so I don't get it on my other arrows, other parts of my project. Purple. Because I know I will. Okay. I have to really give myself some kudos here for doing this without glasses. This is really dry now, so that's awesome. Nice. I'm so glad that I chose this font. So much easier to paint around. And if you want to know, again, it's called Comic, C-O-M-I-C, Sans, S-A-N-S. I download a lot of fonts on my computer from Pinterest. What you do is you go on the Pinterest site and you search free fonts. And then there's a lot that pop up. And you can download them right to your computer. So I have a lot of fonts on my computer. There's my E and my D. Oh, almost stuck my paintbrush in the blue. That would not have been good. All right. There. Let's let that dry. It might not dry enough. I mean, I can finish the project, but I might not be able to hang it up because it might drip. Okay. White is almost dry. I can see a little bit of shininess on there. So, do I want to paint this red or do I want to paint this blue? I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint it blue. Isn't that crazy? It's like, it's not rocket science. Why am I so worried about this? I'm pushing my bristles down against my paint here just because they're all frayed out and I want to make sure. I don't think I have a better brush. This one might work better. Let's just try it. This is a round number 1. Oh wow, a lot better. All right, good to know. I swear it's so blurry without those glasses. So watch, I'll think it's really great. I'll put the glasses on and go, oh my gosh, what a mess. Oops. I have a piece of lucite here that I found in the trash. It has a hinge down the center so you can fold it in two, and it's kind of nice. I use it a lot on projects where I'm painting, or instead of using newspaper, because we don't get a newspaper. And in fact, I don't know if there's many newspapers out there anymore. They're mostly online. Notice how I keep turning this around? You kind of want to do that so you can get right to where you want to be, rather than trying to get into a spot. Get your project lined up with how you want your paintbrush to flow. And you notice I'm resting my hand. You don't have a steady hand when you're up here, but if you rest it on something, you're a lot steadier, and you don't have to worry about all the mistakes or the shakiness, because my hand's not near as steady as it used to be. I like this blue on here. But I wish I would have brought my ribbons out so we could have done a big old bow on there. In fact, I probably will do a bow on here, but I'll have to show it to you later once it's all finished. Almost. I have been doing so good on my weight loss journey, and I know full well ahead of time that this vacation, I am not staying on that weight loss journey. There it is. I know it's backwards, but that did not turn out bad at all. So all I have is the letters on this one to do, and it's dry for the most part. I can still see some shiny on there, but I'm going to do that in the white. Make sure that your brush is cleaned off really well, because if you don't, that blue is going to bleed right into there. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks good. But this white is runny, so I'm thinking that it's going to have to dry a good long time before I lift it up to hang. Wow, this doesn't look half bad. I'm happy with the way it's coming out. I have so many projects for Christmas, Memorial Day, and 4th of July. I don't have hardly any I have none for Halloween, and I don't know why. I mean, I just never decorate for Halloween. But I have a lot in the fall, but nothing like these other 2 times a year. Because the red, white, and blue is pretty much you can use all summer. Wow, this is looking good. Just a little bit more. Okay. All right. I can't really tip it, but you can see there's that. So now I'm going to get them lined up like I want. Move this out of the way. Put my paints over here. I want you to be able to see it. So we'll do the red, the white, and I'm really glad I used blue letters for that, and the boom. And I'm just going to glue them together. So let's see, like right there. Although I kind of have to flip them over to do this. Let's see. That part I didn't think out really well, because I cannot flip these over right now. If I take, put some glue right there. Come on. And see if I can get that on there and not have it stick to the back of my, but see, you're just going to stick them like that to each other. All right. I don't even know how it looks. Oh, not bad. A lot of glue strings. Luckily I can pull those off. This one's pretty dry. I need another glue stick in there. There. Okay, push that down. Peel it off my fingers. I didn't get any on me. Yay! All right, so I'm just going to hold it up for just a tad. No, I don't know if that's going to stick. Let's see. Ta-da! Red, white, and mood. This turned out so cute. Now this would look great if you put a big bow on it in red, white, and blue ribbons. I'm going to let that sit a little bit. I love the way it turned out. So if you like this project and you want to see more of my goofy shenanigans, hit the little follow at the top. If you're already following me, thank you so much. I really enjoy hanging out with you and doing this sort of stuff. And this was like a spur of the moment, fly by the seat of your pants kind of craft. And it turned out really great. And it took about an hour. So catch me live on Facebook. You can see me on Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. I will send a lot of pictures of our trip from Savannah. So see you then. Bye.